Hello there! Today I thought I would do a little bit of a discussion video about what people think of annotating books. I have never, disclaimer, been an annotator, but in the last two books I have read, I have underlined sentences that really spoke to me, and the reason for this is that Ariel Bissett made a video, which I will link down below, speaking about why she annotates books and kind of isn't afraid of folding over corners and things, which I haven't been doing, I'm not there yet. But she spoke about the fact that the books that she leaves behind her are a signifier of her tastes, and if anything happened to her, for example, they'd be a real comfort to her family and loved ones. And it got me thinking about the fact that my books are completely unmarked. Like, I'm not an avid, I need to keep my books really pristine. I don't mind cracking the spine, although I wouldn't probably do it on purpose. But I'm not going to freak out if my spine gets a few cracks in it. But I've never considered actually annotating books before, mainly because it's just never crossed my mind. Any quotes that I like, I generally write down. But having seen Ariel's video, I thought I would give it a go. And I just wanted to talk about my experience because it has really surprised me that I've actually been really enjoying the books that I've been reading while annotating. Now all I'm doing is drawing under the words with a thin pencil line. I'm not marking too hard or anything. I think going in there with a pen or a highlighter is an issue for a few different reasons. It kind of makes the book unreadable for somebody else, I think, especially if you're planning to give it away at some point, and I do give away a lot of my books. So I think a pencil line is all it needs really, and it does the same job. It just has less of an impact on the book as an item. But I don't know whether it's the books that I have read have just been good books. It's hard to say just 2 books in. It'll be interesting. I might revisit this when I've done it for a bit longer. But I've definitely found that the process of annotating has given me the chance to pause and slow down and really think about what I'm reading and think about the quotes that mean the most to me. It's also quite interesting to sort of analyse myself in terms of what I'm stopping to highlight. I've just been really enjoying the experience, and I didn't think I would, but it makes sense that I am, and actually it does feel like I'm kind of leaving my mark on the book in a non-invasive way. And when I think about it, when I get books out from the charity shop, I really enjoy it when there's underlines or annotations. Nothing baffles me more in a book than when somebody's underlined something but not mentioned why they've underlined it, which is what I've been doing, because I know what it means to me. But I can just imagine people in the future thinking, why did she underline that bit? What was the relevance of that? So I think it's kind of a way to really bring books to life and bring a discussion to a book and sort of show future readers what the book has experienced before, as strange as that sounds. I think it's actually quite a lovely thing, and I definitely think I'm feeling closer to those books for having had that impact on them. I think also it's quite interesting because one of the books that I have done this with was a short story collection, and I could very much tell the short stories that I had enjoyed the most because they were full of underlinings, whereas stories that I got to the end and hadn't underlined anything, I sort of double thought, did I actually enjoy that story? Because perhaps I read it through and thought it was fine, but the fact that I hadn't picked out anything to underline kind of suggests that it wasn't as good as the other stories. So all sorts of questions have been thrown up in the process of doing this, and I just thought I would talk to you guys. Do you annotate your books, and if so, do you find that it alters your reading experience? I'm talking about basic annotation here. I haven't been going through and analysing every little thing or thinking about why the author has done something, because I don't think that's what I'm after with these annotations. I don't want to pick books apart. I just want to make a mark on the pieces that impact me or the sentences that make me stop and think. And it's been really nice already just being able to flick back and straight away come to the bits that meant the most to me. The only thing I've done similar to this in the past is that I used to put little post-it notes in, but the thing that I find confusing with that, like books that I did that to like 5 years ago or 4 years ago, when I come to them now, I can't necessarily remember what bit it was that I was particularly focusing on. There's certainly one book on my shelf that has got a whole load of post-its in. I absolutely loved it. But when I come back to those post-it notes now, whether it's because that passage has lost its relevance with me, or just because I'm not able to put my eye on the exact sentence that I wanted to make note of. But yeah, I come back to some of the post-it notes and I just don't really see why I put them in there in the first place, which is a real shame. So yeah, let me know about your annotation habits down below, and it'll be interesting to get a discussion going, and I will see you next time. Bye!